another item up for bids here on our Rich Eisen Show, Price is Right, is to who's going to come on down for the San Francisco 49ers third overall. You're already beginning to see what Daniel Jeremiah told us first blush the Monday after last Friday's Trade-a-Palooza, that you're already seeing more the consensus building around Lawrence 1, Zach Wilson 2, and Mac Jones 3.
Goodness gracious.
Mac Jones at 3.
Are we serious?
I mean,
So put it all together, that would leave Justin Fields for the Falcons at 4.
Or Trey Lance.
If they go Trey Lance, small school, over Justin Fields, homegrown talent in Atlanta, that would be a shocker to me. From the Ohio State, dropping dimes against Clemson, running a 4.4 at the combine, that would be shocker. That would be a shocker to me, which would leave, if this all happens, plays out like this, let's just sit here and say that.
Let's do it.
It's Trey Lance at 4, leaving Justin Fields sitting out there at 5 with the Bengals on the clock. And the Bengals have a shot at trading out for somebody who is freaking out that this person's available, because this is going to happen. The numbers say the Bengals are sitting there at 5 and have the opportunity to take Jamar Chase and hook him up with his old college quarterback at 5. And the name of Trey Lance or Justin Fields is available. Who wants him? And if you're the Bengals, do you move down to 8? Okay? Do you move down to 8 in order to do that? And you don't get Jamar Chase and you don't get Kyle Pitts, but you get more picks down in the future. I really think.
And take what, Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle?
Correct.
One of those slots, yeah. Because Miami's going to take whoever you
don't. Right.
Right.
Assume, yeah.
You get whoever Miami doesn't take.
And this is why Miami might have traded up. Obviously 6 is fine with them, and they got the Eagles partner or what have you. But 6 is fine with them to sit there.
Yeah, because Miami's going to be happy with whoever falls to them, whether it's Chase, Smith, or Waddle.
That they could have a choice, potentially, between Pitts or Chase.
Whew.
I never thought I would ever say that there's 5 quarterbacks that are first round grades that could go in consecutive order. But there are so many teams that are quarterback needy. If Carolina is one of them, and they trade up to Cincinnati and offer them the proverbial offer they can't refuse, to the point where Cincinnati looks to Joe Burrow and says, "You're our guy. Thanks for rehabbing all you want.
Yeah.
We had a chance at hooking you up with Jamar Chase, but what's best for the franchise is to build more around you, and we had to trade out." If it's not Lance or Fields, if it does wind up being Mac Jones, because we're just all assuming that's who the Niners want. Does somebody come up and trade for Mac Jones at 5? There's always one quarterback that we think is the total package, certainly in the mind's eye of somebody's thought process, and just isn't, and just drops.
Happens
every year.
Every year.
And interestingly enough, one of those quarterbacks was named Lamar Jackson. I remember sitting in Philadelphia when the Saints traded up into the first round, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is for Lamar.
That was in Dallas, Rich.
Was that in Dallas?
In Dallas, yeah.
Okay. That's right, in Dallas, right? Not in Philadelphia.
Yeah,
in Dallas.
2018.
My bad. I thought it was for Lamar. Lamar was going to go to New Orleans.
That's what we all thought.
And he dropped all the way damn near out of the first round.
And then the Ravens pop back.
I am just sitting here laying out for everybody how this is all working and what machinations could be working behind the scenes right now for any more draft positioning. Because if one of these quarterbacks drops, let's just say, or the Bengals, it would be so Bengals of the Bengals. No, and I would say this because they are. It's whatever Mike Brown kind of thinks is the right thing to do, and you can never predict it.
Yeah,
predict it. And so I'm not saying it's when you say the Bengals are going to Bengal that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that they're unpredictable when I say that. They could just say, screw it, we're taking Jamar Chase, and I know you want us to move down to 8, but we love Jamar Chase. Our coach loves Jamar Chase. Our quarterback loves Jamar Chase. We're taking him. That's it.
That's it.
And we think he is so much better than Waddle or Smith or name anybody else. And then the Dolphins sit there at 6 and say, yeah, we moved around to this point to get back up to 6 because we wanted Kyle Pitts or we wanted Jamar Chase. We're taking him. And the Lions are now sitting there at 7 with the possibility of one of these quarterbacks being on the board.
Whew.
And they can now maneuver around the draft board because the 5th quarterback is not getting past Carolina. I would think. Even though I just said something with certainty by saying I know, and then
I think.
But Rich, also
this is the way the top 10 is looking right here on April 1st. And this is
crazy.
not an April Fool's Day. This is the way it looks now that we have hit draft month.
Yeah.
That, what is it, Todd McShay had
so
Jones
Todd
third
McShay came out
overall?
with his latest mock draft this morning, and that's kind of what got this
What
going.
do you got for me on McShay's
All right, so
mock draft?
McShay has the top 2 quarterbacks, 1 and 2. He has Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. Then at number 3, he has Mac Jones going to the 49ers.
Okay, so he is in lockstep with Daniel Jeremiah and what a lot of other people are thinking.
And then number 4, he has Atlanta taking Kyle Pitts.
Wow. So Atlanta says, we're going to get this highly talented tight end.
And we'll figure out
the quarterback stuff later on.
I mean, we still believe in Matt Ryan, but
he's right.
We'll just let it go for another year.
And then so it's Julio when he's healthy, and Calvin Ridley.
Cool. And this guy Pitts. Oh my god.
And Pitts.
And then whoever they trot out a running back because Todd Gurley's not signed.
Right.
And then at number 5, he has the Bengals taking Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I truly believe that. Although I just don't know if this is mock draft where he doesn't factor in trades.
He's
or
not really
anything like
factoring
that.
in trades. And then he has Devonta Smith to the Dolphins. And then he has Carolina. Oh, he does have a trade. He has Carolina moving up 1 slot
to the Lions to take
to
a
the
quarterback.
Lions to take Trey Lance.
Yeah, that they can't. I don't know how they could sit there and that would take some serious Braveheart holding to sit there at 8 and just say that someone's going to drop.
Just emoji hands and just hope.
Thinking that somebody in that Detroit. So right now, I kind of look. Todd's got his ear to the ground. I kind of like the fact that the Lions don't pick where they're picking because I always think that there's going to be a quarterback who drops. I would be stunned if there's first 5 picks are all quarterbacks. I really would.
That would be incredible.
I really would. That there's always a
would be
quarterback
shocked.
that we think is so great because we heard about it. We saw their pro day. We've read all the articles. We've read all the periodicals and all of the blogs, and they're so good. And there's always one who drops. Yeah. So I'm just going to – I kind of like the fact that the Lions aren't picking where they're picking because Carolina cannot sit tight and just roll the dice and think that somebody's not going to pop up out of nowhere because everybody knows Carolina wants to choose one.
Right.
So if you want him, you got to go up and get him. So I kind of like that.
I also would be pretty surprised.
I don't know how Atlanta passes up on the successor to Matt Ryan. He's so damn expensive.
I also would be pretty surprised if there's not another trade in the top 5 or 6. Like someone going to 4 to get one of these guys.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.